Hi everybody, welcome to Stat 101. So for today we'll be talking about quartiles and box plots. My name is Vanji David and I hope you get something good out from this video. Okay, thank you. Let's start. First of all, what are quartiles? Quartiles are data broken into different parts. These are actually values that divide a list of numbers into quarters or fours. So let's emphasize on that quarters. Okay, we have Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Q1 being our 25th percentile, Q2 our middle value, which is our 50th percentile, and Q3 being our 75th percentile. All right, let's just remember that each of them is divided into 25%. Okay, so let's continue. How are quartiles actually valuable in nursing? Well, first of all, as nurses, we are the ones who are constantly on the floor 24/7, right? And most of the time, we are asked to participate in evidence-based practice for quality improvement. So it is good to have an idea of um, what quartiles are, or given the data, how are we to compute certain percentages of it. So this is actually a plus for us if we are to partake in this kind of project or task, since it involves professional development, right? So let's dive into our quartiles. I have here a set of data. Okay, I have 12 numbers here. It's already arranged from least to greatest. And we are not computing it for quartiles. We will first determine the parts of it. So here we have our lower half, which is Q1. So we have 12 numbers here. We are going to divide it into 4. So being that this is Q1, our upper half would be our Q3, which is sometimes called the 75th percentile, right? And we have our median. Obviously, these two eights. Later on, we will discuss how to get the median or Q2. All right, so there. How do we compute for the quartiles? Let's go into that. Before we start computing, I just want to emphasize on this number as well, which is also important, but it is the easiest to determine. Our number 15, which is our maximum or our Q4, right? So given again the same number, the same set of data, let's start to compute. We have here our lower half, which is Q1, and to get that Q1, our 25th percentile, we will be adding 4 plus 4 and divided by 2. It's just basically getting the average of the lower half. So that would be equal to 4. Let's remember, if it is an even number, we would have to start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will have to include 8. So 1, 2, 3, which is 4, and then the other one is 1, 2, 3, which is 4, and then we get the average. So same goes with our upper half, which is Q3. It would be 8 plus 9, and then we divide it by 2. We are again basically getting the average of this upper half, all right? So now to get our median is the same process. 8 plus 8, and then we divide it by 2, which is equal to 8. Okay. Now, let's go into our box and whisker plot. What are these? Anyways, at first when I saw this, I was like, Are we talking about numbers now? Does this have to do anything with cats? Honestly, I was lost. Okay. So basically, box and whisker plots are graphical methods of displaying variation in a set of data. Okay, to make it short and sweet and simple, it is an illustration of your previous quartile data set, right? It is just displaying or a picture of what your quartiles actually looks like. It's just like a histogram or a dot plot, right? Or a scatter plot. So I have here data representing the age of students in our statistics class in 2022. So I do have here a set of data. As you can see, it is still random. It is not arranged yet because I want to emphasize on the fact that you would still have to arrange this data from lowest to highest before you start to compute. So now that we have arranged it, I have here 15, total of 15 numbers. So it is an odd number. Okay, so let's go through this one by one. We have our minimum, which is 22. Our Q1 is actually 28. Our median, or Q2, is 38. Our Q3 is 45 and our maximum is 54. Okay, so take note, we did not have to compute or divide or get an average since if you start counting, it is obvious that we get the middle part, just like example of Q3 right here. We start from 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we get 45. Okay, since this is an even number, we do not start counting from 38. This is as is. It stands alone. It stands alone as the median. Okay. Now, so now let's graph or let's make our box plot. All right. So I made here a line graph starting from 20 with an interval of 5 all the way to 55. Since our minimum is 22, I started from 20 and our maximum is 54, I believe. So I stopped at 55. So now let's start graphing our quartiles, right? So here's our given set of data. So now let's start plotting. Our minimum, which is 22, would go over here. That would be a dot, all right? And next to plot is our maximum, which is 54, which goes over here, right? Pointer. So now let's go into Q1. Q1, you would have to plot it using the first bar, okay? Q1 is 28, so it goes right here. And now let's plot our median, the middle, Q2, which is 38, right there. So once we get our Q1 and Q2, we are going to make our box, right? That's our first box. Now, what else do we have to plot? We are still missing Q3. So our Q3 is 45, so definitely it goes over there. All right, so after this, we make another box. And then after we get our two boxes, we will now connect all our points. Right? So there you go. That is our box and whisker plot. There's our whiskers, and there's our box. Again, let's review. Our minimum is 22. right? Our Q1 is over here, which is 28. And our 50th percentile, which is Q2, would be 38, right? And our 75th percentile, which is Q3, is over here, even at 45, right? So that is how we make our box and whisker plot. All right. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got some valuable information from my video. And I wish everybody the best of luck in our exam, our upcoming finals. And I'd like to thank all our professors and classmates for this whole 4 months, right? Classes. And I hope to see you guys in our Sophie moments in the hospital. See you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.